insurance options for little heart desires.
Or the women might do the hard work of making money.
Where is your husband?
Wow.
Undrafted. I'm not going to sit here and idolize him because one day.
This guy just beat my OC Umenyiora by 20 yards in a race. 20 yards.
The draft has never been the reality of free agency. If that's what it takes to get there.
He also just shoved my starting defensive tackle.
Only on NFL Network.
TNF Game Day kicks off Thursday Night Football. Our guys get you ready for
Look at the bases, guys.
as the Seahawks square off against the Niners.
This is the second round pro line. My favorite tweaking base.
Live on NFL Network.
And this is the ITZ fast front. You see it right there, fast front. Boom. And here's the tricky part. You just saw these guys go up against each other. And this is no slouch. This is a battle-tested defensive tackle that played on my Great Lakes Championship team, played on my championship TLC team. You can look on the video of the TLC Championship. You'll see him right in there. Base ain't changed. And as you can clearly see, the weight is still at 3.99 grams. He's still on the game day figure from my main man, Antonio Jones. It's Umenyiora. He actually did that figure for me. It's an awesome piece, isn't it? It's got the socks and stuff. I swear them some awesome figures. This guy right here, as you see, Umenyiora weighed 2.65. I mean 3.99. This guy that I built, he's just passed the final inspection. I'm very deliberate about my tweaking. Look at the weight on that cat. 2.65. 2.65. Now, I'm really excited about the prospects. You got to really know what you're doing when you're tweaking these ITC bases. And my best advice is to use heat and don't mess with the tips. Use heat, don't mess with the tips, and just take your time. They're inexpensive. They don't cost a lot as much money as you would have to pay for these. These right now are going $15, $20 a pop. They're worth it. They last forever. I think he's going on his 4th year as my defensive tackle. But once Miggle come out with some new bases, and they've already made that announcement in the conference that we had on the miniature site, they're going to have similar material so that you can get your 12 guys in the pack and you don't have to spend over 20 bucks. Why would you spend that kind of money if you don't have to? Just giving you some sound advice there. You know, especially if you're a really good tweaker. You're really kind of wasting your time. Scarcity is an issue. Eventually, it's going to be hard to find these, if at all. And if you do find them, people aren't going to be willing to part with them. But the main thing that I was trying to point out to you guys also, one last point, is that you tweak the base long before you put weight to it. The weight is only for me to make weight. I try to make my men as strong as they can possibly be, as fast as they can possibly be, or right in that mixture of strong and fast. So if it's a strong guy, they can run around them, and if it's a weak guy, they can blow through them. But the bottom line is, these are really good bases. It's really good equipment. It's all about the amount of heat that you apply. And I'll tell you now, the candle warmers do not work for me on ITZs. I try to use another form of heat. So that's some good sound advice that I can give to you as well. And then with the second run and first run pro lines, I barely use heat, if I use heat at all. And another piece of advice, You see this? You see these bases? You see they have just about all the thread on them. If you look at them, they have just about all the thread on them still. For you buyers out there, stop buying. Would you go to the store and buy socks with an old hole in them? Would you go to the store and buy shoes that are worn? Would you go to the would you put ball head tires on your car? That's the question I ask you. And the reason why I ask you that question is if you're buying bases from people, and that would include me if I was that disrespectful to sell them to you, and they're all the way down to the bottom, and the reed is gone. The wear is gone off the bases. They're all the way clipped down to the bottom. I'm trying to find one right here for you so I can give you a real good example. So just give me a second here. I should have had it ready. You know, I'm missing out on the 5 P's here. Proper preparedness prevents poor performance. But I just decided to do this impromptu. So I'm trying to find a base that's worn. You know, the ones that are cut on and all that kind of stuff. Just think about those. They're cut on, they're beat down, they're wrinkled and all that kind of stuff. You don't want that. What you want is you want the bases that are still have the tread on them. You want the bases to still have the flat surface across it. And if there's some cutting to be doing on them, you need to do that yourself. Okay, so for you buyers out there, when you buy your stuff, the first thing you do is look at your equipment before you even buy it. And if it's worn down, chances are it's been beat up so badly that by the time you get it home, it ain't going to be worth jack. And then you'll be buying it again. Good luck. This is Ken Allen, the coordinator.